Control Tower, this is Flying Blind Podcast requesting permission for takeoff.
Copy. Can you confirm your flight path and destination?
Negative. I can't see shit, but we'll be right. We're just gonna wing it.
Righto, welcome back to the Flying Blind Podcast, a podcast for everybody out there who is literally just winging it. And this is the first ever episode that we have done on the road. So a little bit different, probably going to sound a little bit different, look a little bit different, because I'm sitting up here at the Gulgong Community Fitness Centre, Community and Fitness Centre, and it's safe to say my voice is a little bit cooked because we've had a bit on over the last 48 hours, boys, haven't we?
We have.
And I'm sitting here with a couple of brothers, the Honeysett brothers, Brad and Nat. Boys, welcome.
Thanks for having us
Pleased to be here.
Awesome. Thanks for coming.
Mate, it has been an adventure the last week, and we're going to cover all that and why on earth we're sitting here in the ring. For some of you out there listening, you might have kept up with the fact that I've been up in Gulgong for the first ever Gloves Up for Mental Health Boxing Challenge, I think was the official title.
It was a challenge.
It was a challenge. It was a challenge, it was an effort.
Yeah.
And we're going to go through blow by blow, but we've actually come back and it's the Sunday morning after. It is Sunday, isn't it?
Sunday morning after the event. So
Fuck, I've lost track of time.
Yeah.
All the days have blurred into one up here, but we thought we'd come back, we'd sit in the ring, and over the last couple of days there's been that many people in and out of this building. We'd come back, reminisce on what an effort that it was, but also get to know you guys, a bit about your story and how on earth this whole joint got started. So I'm pumped.
Yeah, so let's do it.
You ready to go?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right. Before we get into any of the boxing stuff, we're just going to sit here beside the bag and we'll cover that a little bit later on. Tell me about growing up, boys, because this is the first time I've had two blokes on together. You just so happen to be brothers. Yeah. And not only are you brothers, you work together, you box together, you do a lot of stuff together.
Yeah.
Run me through growing up.
Yeah, no, well, growing up was a great childhood we had. Got great parents. They've always done the best by us, give us the opportunities to do whatever we want to do. And yeah, so we still both work on the family farm, fourth generation now on that property, which I think is a pretty amazing effort, really. I'd love to see it keep continuing on through the generations. So yeah, we've got an older sister, Rebecca, then I'm the next in line. Then we did have another brother in between us, which unfortunately didn't make it early on in his life, had heart issues.
Yeah, righto.
So then, and then we had Nat come along.
Yep.
And
they say they finally perfected it.
Only took a few years, but
they got there in the end. So
yeah, but no, we've been good mates right through growing up, right through to this day now. Like I said, we work together, box together, do a lot of things together. So all works very well, I reckon.
Yeah, no, it's best mates that basically work together and do everything together.
Yeah.
So
very little arguments, which is always good.
Was there ever a moment growing up that there was clashes? Because there's a fair age gap in there.
Probably early on, I'd say.
Early on, yeah, probably when we were a bit younger, but as we got older, sort of realised we're probably not too bad a fella, so we sort of started getting along, and yeah.
And I suppose when the family farm's involved, you also don't have much of a choice in the matter that you get along.
Yeah, I think it works too a little bit because Brad being that bit older, he's probably got the maturity a bit more than me, and being able to guide me through that a bit, like brainwave ideas that I've had at a younger age, and Brad's been there and done that, and can sort of go, look, I know what you're thinking, but this is how it is. Like,
we've made a lot of money over the years. It just hasn't actually come in their bank account. A lot of ideas have turned up, and
a lot of
we've had a lot of good brainwaves, but
good schemes.
Yeah.
Just
this is how we're going to take over the world.
Yeah. But never happens, unfortunately. We're going
to buy all the farms by doing this. And we're going to take over Gulgong.
Yeah. But nah, it'll get there one day.
Just hasn't quite worked out as yet.
Nah, it's all good. Keep poking along. That's all we do.
That's the go. And tell me about the farm, because it's. I know, having spent the last week here, that you've got a unique setup in the fact that you're both working on the family farm, and the family farm's a priority, which it'll be cool to sort of get an understanding of what you're farming and how that all works. Yeah. But then you're both also working off farm to make the working on farm together possible.
Yeah.
Run us through the whole shooting
So
match.
our own property, like I said, it's our family farm, which mum and dad still live there and work there. Me and Nat both work there. So it's about 1,200 hectares, and we run sheep and cattle, bit of cropping just for our own livestock use mainly. Don't really sell much grain. And yeah, we just try and really get a good balance of all different sorts of income through it with the livestock, as well as we like to try and have a good amount of family time as well, not be caught up in just work. So we do our best to keep it simple in one way, but still complex enough that we can make a few dollars there. And yeah, we work off farm as well, just to help pay our own personal bills. So the farm money can just keep the farm going, can do its thing. We can use that to invest more into the farm to improve it each year.
Hopefully grow it and get bigger and better each year. That's the goal.
And keep passing it on. That's the goal.
That's the goal, that's the plan. Because at the moment, like you said, 4th generation, and mum and dad, they're still living on the farm as well.
Yep. Semi-retired, they like to call themselves, but they still work as hard as they ever have. So
Yeah, no, Dad's definitely, he likes to think he's pulling back, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, pulling back in theory and actually pulling back are two different things.
Yeah.
So
I think, his version of pulling back is just creating more work for us to do, I think, so that's fine.
yeah, well, that's good. Like we said, we're happy for them to do what they want to do. If they want to travel, whatever. We're not too fussed.
We work around.
We work around them a lot of the time. So, and like I said, farm comes first. So if something needs doing there, well, that's where we're at. So.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Yeah.
And with farm comes first, family comes first, which is really cool. And I think there's probably, from my understanding, which is probably limited from the farming point of view, the traditional way of sort of this happening a lot of the time would be whether it's the eldest son taking over the family farm and then the younger son going off and doing something else, or it'd be splitting. But the fact that you're still both working together and then you're both working off farm, like for me, getting to know you and hearing about this sort of job split role that you're doing off farm, tell me about how that all went about and how you pitched that to the company.
So that started roughly, I think, 6 or 7 years ago. A previous manager there I'd done a little bit of work for, and he sort of run the idea of coming on full time to me, and I'd sort of said, no, that'll never happen. I've committed to the family farm and whatever, but had a bit of a think about it and run it past Brad a couple of days later and went back to him with the idea of, well, how can we job share it? And that was that started out, we doing 2 days, I think.
2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days a week, just one of us being there.
Yeah.
So that happened for a couple of years, and then another change in management out there was keen to bring us on in a more full-time role as well. So we pumped up the numbers and went to 5 days, which means one of us is there every day now. So yeah, that's how that's all come about. Yeah. I think they seen that it could be beneficial to them in a way of when they're busy, they have access to both of us.
Yep.
As long as they're flexible on the other end as well.
Yeah, when you're busy, there might be days where you both can't be there.
When we got a shearing or something at home, we both take the day off out there and do our own thing.
Yep.
But then we double up on the days that they need it. So when we're calf marking or preg testing cattle or anything like that, we both go out there, which it's good. It's good flexibility for us, and I think it works well for them. He said generally they're getting a second worker without having to put on a second worker in peak times.
And they know they can get it when they need it.
Get it when they need it, yeah.
Basically,
yeah, for sure.
So it works pretty well for us, and I think hopefully it works well for them. Well, we're still there, so it must be working all right for them.
Yeah, that's it. They haven't said no yet.
They haven't said no, so yeah.
And like you say, I think having two of you, it's such a unique thing, and being brothers, but
and like I said, because we get along very well, and we discuss everything that happens, whether it's at the farm or out there. So we're very full on with each other. We tell each other everything, so we both understand what's happening, where livestock are going, what the plan is with cropping or cattle moves or anything. So, yeah, we're very open about it all. We don't try and hide anything or anything like that. So it does work very well, I reckon. And
I guess it works well in a way of, from a personal perspective too. Brad knows that, when I had my 4-month-old in October, Brad knew that he was going to have to step up for the few weeks that I was off and what needed to be done and what we could do beforehand to manage that, and vice versa. I know that when Brad needs times off, or when he's getting stressed, or stuff's getting on top of him, or whatever, like, we can juggle that around to go, righto, well, you need to have a day at the farm and just pull back, or you might, I'll do this Saturday and you have the weekend at home with the family, or it works well in that regard, I think.
Yeah, bloody oath. And I think that's, as you said, that being able to give each other a chop out and know when someone's going, yeah, I've got a bit on at the moment, but that's all right. I can carry the load for a bit and then it'll even all back out. And from a long-term plan point of view, is the long-term, well, I mean, we don't want them to listen to this if the long-term plan's to leave, but no, I'm thinking, because you said, yeah, old man's still working on the farm.
Yep.
Once he gets through this semi-retirement period, or so-called semi-retirement, and gets to retirement, will the family farm be big enough to support the both of you?
Yeah.
I think it will be, but there'll still be aspect of farm income, whether that comes from a little bit of contracting in other fields, or, you know, I don't know. I don't know what it'll be at this point, but I think there'll always be an aspect of some sort of money generated from elsewhere, just to give us the ability to do what we want as well, and not just be reliant on the farm to produce the money for us to go on a holiday or buy the kids stuff, or live in general.
Yeah.
I personally, I don't know about Brad, but I like the farm to be sort of just cruisy. When the money's there, we can spend it to expand or enjoy life a bit. But when times are tough, it's not putting the extra pressure on supporting 3 families as well.
Yeah,
if
that's right.
That makes sense.
We want it in a bad year, it still pays its way. We just don't make any profit off it. That's fine. That's where the off-farm income comes in. But in a good year, we said if we have a really good season, make a lot of money, well, we can use that, what we decide on, whether it's a new tractor or we just put in our own banks and take the family on holidays, or just invest it or whatever. We want to do that. That's where we want the farm. We don't want it to be a real hassle to us all the time, where we're constantly worried about making money, or we haven't got enough of this or that. Where we're trying to set it up now where it is a bit more simple, where it can sort of just run itself with less of us there.
Less labour intensive.
Less labour intensive.
Yeah.
So if we do have other stuff on, we're not stressed about we should be out there doing that or this. So that's the way we're trying to get it at the moment. And that way, with Dad and his retirement, they can travel a bit more if they want, because they're not worried about we should be there helping the boys out because they need help. We want them to be able to say, we can go on holidays because we know everything's right, everything's sorted, there's no real issues that need sorting out. And we want to fund them through their retirement too, because they've put their whole life into the farm and now they've transferred it over to us. So we've said from the start that we want to keep them funded. So no matter what happens, the farm will pay them first, and then if there's any left over, well then we take what's left over, but all the farm works it out.
There,
Basically, we want to look after them because they've looked after us.
Yeah.
And they've kept that farm running. Dad took over when he was 18, when his father passed away. And since then, he's been on that farm and he's put a lot of work into it and just kept it running, as well as raising the family and doing everything he can to help us out. So we just want to repay the favour, really, and look after them.
And he's still got a lot of goals there, things that he wants to see done in the next few years, and stuff he wants to tick off the list that he can say he's done, and so we want to make that happen. Yeah,
I love that, and I love the whole keep it simple, stupid principle as well, because we're living in a world where it's so easy to fucking overcomplicate everything.
It is.
By whether it's putting in more tech or processes or systems or this and that, and go, and we can also do this and we can also do that, and with everything that we do that you can add in something, then there's always sort of the flow-on effect and the consequence of that. And sometimes technology is great, and like you say, it might automate it, simplify it, make it less labour intensive, but it might also just be simplifying the process of what you're actually doing on the farm that makes it a bit easier too, which allows you to, like you say, go away, go on holiday and not have to have all the hands on deck there all the time.
Yeah, and I guess that's where being Brad and I both there, and mum and dad and the whole family really. If one does go away, it's not an issue. There's still someone there generally to keep things running and keep things moving without there being the big issue of a lot of farmers don't get away from the farm. They don't do anything because there's no one there to look after it, or they just simply don't have the resources or the people to keep it going while they're not there to go on a holiday, they don't leave. And I think that's a very big thing of it, is having time away as well.
Yeah, that's a big part of the issue, I reckon, with a lot of the farmers that I've spoken to, is very much like you say, 7 days a week. It becomes your work, it becomes your life, you live, you breathe it, you live at the same place you work, you're looking out the kitchen window, and when things are shit, there's no escape. But it sounds like with the setup you've got, when times are tough and when things aren't great at home, at least you've got that balance to be able to go, right, you guys piss off to the beach for a week and we'll hang here, and then do the old tag team and rotate in and out.
Yeah, and that's where it works well too with our off-farm income. If one of us are sick for the day or got something happening with the family, well, the other one just covers their shift. There's no real issue there. Doesn't matter if one of us do full 2 weeks working there, the other one does the next 2 weeks. So it all comes out in the end. There's no pressure to, you have to be there Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever.
Yeah. So you don't have a set roster.
We normally work it out on a Sunday afternoon. We just say, what days do you want to do this week? What do you got on? Yep, well, I need Monday off. Yep, that's all good, and we just go from there.
And we are very privileged in that regard. It allows us to have the family time, like not so much spending time with the family, but if there's a doctor's appointment or that sort of thing.
School events.
I guess in a normal 9 to 5 job, it's very hard to get away to do that. Whereas in our regard, we are privileged that if Brad's got a school event with Beth, I can cover that couple hour window or that day to allow him to do that and be there. And that's, I think, a massive thing, and something that the kids will look back on in a few years, and they probably don't realise it at the moment, but when they get to 18 or 20, they'll probably realise that, how lucky they were to have that.
Yeah, to have dads that were there for most things, because
and we were lucky in that regard too.
Mum and Dad turned up everything we had on, and always there, sport events, whatever. They always put that first before the farm, and but his dad, credit to him, he's still got everything done he needed to do on the farm, so, and he's kept it running all these years. So
Dad actually made the comment here on the weekend how he's cooked a fair few snags in his day at community events. So
not only did he cook a fair few snags, he was bloody talking himself up on the barbie, but every time he gave me a wrist hole, he goes, oh, that one is a bit pink. And I still don't know if he was taking the piss out of me because I couldn't see it, or if he was just using me as a guinea pig. Every time he needed to check if it was cooked, he goes, hey, Ben, come over here, have another one.
He was just stirring you up, I'd say.
I reckon he likes a little joke, especially taking the piss.
It all works well for us. Whether we got our shit sorted or not, who knows, but at this stage in life, I reckon it's working all right. So no one's really got their shit sorted all together, so it could change, whatever, but because we're so close as a family, we can change if we need to.
Bloody oath, we're
always sit down and have a beer and have a chat of an afternoon and work out what we're doing, whether it's the right plan or not. But
the biggest thing in our regard is being able to adapt and change on the fly. Like just not last week, the week before, there was the morning of, Brad rang and said, look, I've got to make a quick trip to Gulgong, I've got to see the bank, it's whatever. So within 15 minutes, plans had changed. I was, instead of going to mum and dad's, I'm heading to work, and that was all good. Like it just works, being able to adapt.
Yeah.
And I guess right through,
No, that's good. That's bloody good. I'm a huge fan of the setup that you guys have worked out, and so unique to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But it obviously works so well, which is cool. And you both sit here now in the ring, and what would you say you call yourself? Farmers? Is that the technical term?
I suppose so. I guess.
Farmers,
Contractors. Yeah.
And you were just talking about growing up and mum and dad never missing sport and events and shit like that. Growing up, was it a set thing for both of you that you thought, this is what we want to do from a little kid?
I think we were both pretty keen on the farming right
Yeah.
from a young age. Always done something regarding to farming, whether it's work like contracting or shearing or anything, but everything's sort of been that agricultural industry related with everything we've done. So
Yeah, I think once it's in your blood, it's there. I
Yeah.
think.
yeah, like I said, I'd love to pass it if the kids want it. Like you're never going to push them into it, but if Beth or Cooper or our nephew Jack, if any of them are ever keen on it, like there'd be nothing better for us than to hand that on to the same as what we're doing and keep it running. But
Yeah,
he said you never push them into it, but it's there. We want it to be available to them if they want it.
Yeah.
And if they don't want it, that's fine. We'll work out what we do with it then. But it's got to be there for them if they want to do something with it.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's the aim. Oh, that's my aim, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Nat's is the same. Just have it available there for them and have it where it is set up, and they can do something with it without being a real stress in their life or headache of taking it on and going, well, this is going to cost me a lot of money to fix or issues. So that's our aim really, just to keep it going, keep it simple, keep it running. Don't try and get too complex
Yeah,
and
I like it.
overcomplicate it and end up doing something we shouldn't and losing a heap of money or something. Like I said, we got lots of schemes, so one of them one day will come off.
Nah, I love that. I reckon that's great. And growing up, like we're now sitting here in this boxing gym, which we'll talk about in a moment. But you're into sport, because obviously boxing's probably not the traditional sport that kids grow up with. I know I definitely didn't. I've only got into it in the last couple of years. Growing up outside of the farm, what were you into? What was school like? Friends, all the rest.
Yeah, well, school was always sport orientated, I think, with all my mates. Like, we used to just love playing sport every morning, tea, lunch. You'd be kicking a footy, cricket, whatever you could get your hands on, really. And yeah, had a lot of good mates growing up. It was a very good school life, I think. So yeah, always had a lot of fun. Probably didn't learn quite as much as what I should have, but and some of the teachers probably tell you that. But yeah, probably could have listened a little bit more in some lessons. But I think I took the good lessons I could out of school, and I think I've done all right for myself. So yeah, I'm quite happy with all my schooling, and played a lot of cricket, golf, footy, all growing up. And yeah, I continued a bit on into my adulthood, but yeah, the last few years probably let all that slip a little bit, just with family life and everything else coming into play. But hopefully get back there one day and jump back into it again. But
Yeah, awesome.
yeah.
Love that. And Nat, what about yourself, mate? What was
I
growing up
was
school like?
pretty similar. School wasn't the greatest for me. I didn't enjoy it. Didn't do that well there. Not academically, but just socially, I struggled a bit. But yeah, that's all part of growing up, I guess. And sport, yeah, I played sport all through youth, cricket and junior league and squash. And yeah, Gulgong's very lucky in the fact that we do have a lot of sport and access to sport. So
And when you say you struggled at school socially, did that then impact with sport? Because I know when you're feeling on the outer at school with mates and shit like that, then it becomes harder on the weekends. Or was that a different group of people? Or
it did to a certain degree, yeah. I guess it did probably pull away from some sports, but in other aspects, you find other things that interest you, or things that you can get through. Like I did go to squash and that, where it wasn't a team sport as such,
play those individual sports.
Yeah. And yeah, I've always still kept up with the sport, but I've never been very good at it.
No, that's all right. That's the go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were always encouraged as kids to play as much sport as we could, and yeah.
Love it. Awesome. And now we're sitting in this joint, and I've fallen in love with this joint in 2.5 days.
You've spent a bit of time here over the last 2 days.
Yeah, I've spent most of the last 2 days in this joint. And I want to take you back, because you're both actually on the committee here of the Gulgong Community Fitness Centre. Yeah. And what did we say the other day, or what did you tell me, opened in 2019?
It was established in 2019. I can't actually remember what.
20 or 21.
21, I reckon it probably opened.
Yeah.
Just with COVID and getting it set up through council was a big effort by Mark and Shan Cummins. They put a huge effort into, and a lot of actual committee members. There was a massive effort to get it up and running. So This was actually a scout hall originally. I don't think it was ever finished as far as I know. So to get it to where it is today has been a huge effort.
Also, it was never even finished as a scout hall.
No, I don't think it was ever run as a scout hall as far as my knowledge.
It was just a half-assed building that, like you say, a local couple, Mark and Shan, just had, was it just an idea or something that they had always wanted to do? How did it all sort of come about?
He always probably wanted to do this for the community. He's a very community-minded fella.
Yeah.
So he's always got everyone else's best interest at heart, ahead of his own a lot of the time, which is probably his downfall. But yeah, but like, he's done so much work here and got this place going as an alternative for kids that maybe don't want to play football, don't want to do soccer, or they can't afford them sort of sports. I think he just wanted something different for the community where they can come up. It's not also all about boxing. We do boxing here, but a lot of it is just getting kids in the door, getting people in the door, having a chat, doing a bit of fitness, having a good time. That's the main gist of it all, really. And boxing's just a side piece of it, but boxing does teach you a lot of different things though in life.
A lot of discipline.
Discipline, respect. So yeah, it's been awesome since it's opened. It's just gone in leap and bounds, and it's really gone ahead.
And how did you boys hear about it and get involved? And was it something that 6 years ago you thought, right, let's join this and I can see myself doing this for 10 years' time? Or how'd that all come about?
Absolutely not. Knowing Mark and Shan and the rest of the committee, we decided to sponsor it when it first opened to get it up and running.
Yeah.
So I think at the time it was $500 or something.
Yeah, $500, yeah.
We threw at it, and then I think it was the opening day.
Yeah. You rang me and said we should go.
We should go up. We've sponsored it. It'd be good to show our face. So that's what we did. I think we done the first session, and I think we've been here ever since.
Pretty much been here ever since.
Yes, the plan was sponsor it, help out the local organisation that's doing some good.
In my head it was, we'll come in, we'll do a few weeks just to help them get it up and running, get it going. I never thought I'd still be here. I thought, that'll probably do me. I'm not a boxer by any means or anything. But yeah, we've just had, from the start, we've had a great time here. Everything's been really good. And I remember like the first session we come here and he made us do a minute of punching and we thought our lives were going to end. It was honestly like everyone in here is going, how can we do this? This is ridiculous. But now we do 4 or 5 minutes on there and you think it's nothing. So we have come a long way with it, which is thanks to Mark because he does
all the
push
trainers.
All the time.
All the trainers are great here, and they, I guess, instill right through that you can do it even if you think you can't.
Yeah,
so
just push through that pain
if you can push through, you will get it done. And even if you don't get the 5 minutes done today, if you can get 2 or 3, well, tomorrow you might get 2.5 or 3.5, and build from the bottom up, I guess.
Yeah, it's great. They've taught us a lot, like in that aspect where at the time you think, this is shit, why are you making me do this? But the second you finish it, you just feel proud of yourself and happy that you actually did do it and that you did accomplish it. So, which is that's what this place, it's just great feelings when we do stuff like that. Like this 24-hour boxing, just when you finish, it's just a great feeling that you've achieved it. So,
and I guess we have through the gym we've created a huge mateship with everyone who comes through the door. Like just to touch on that, a few weeks ago there was a bushfire burning towards the Cummins family house, and within I'd say probably 20 minutes of finding out, we had, I don't know how many members,
10 people there.
10 or so members from this gym turn up there to help out and do what we could. And that just, I think, goes to show it's not just a sporting group. Like,
no,
we're all mates, and
it's a social group.
It's
as well.
Everyone's there for each other. So that's the biggest thing, I reckon.
We work hard while we're here, but we also enjoy it when we finish. We sit down and enjoy each other's company. We do a lot of stuff outside of this now with other people as well, which is really good. And it's just that fact that it's hard at the time, but once you get through it, it's all worth it.
Yeah, and you've been saying to me, Brad, the hardest part for you
is getting here,
is getting in the car.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of other people say the same thing. When you get home, you start thinking to yourself, I don't really feel like going tonight, or I've got other things to do. But once you get in the car and you get in here, you're so happy that you did make that effort to come in. And even when you're finished and get home, you feel so much better about yourself. It's just, and that I think the hardest bit is just picking yourself up enough to say, no, you need to do it, get in there, especially if you've had a shit day. And sometimes you do have a shit day and you just feel like coming in here and punching the bag. And it
Punching the
just
shit out of something.
Yeah, but it all works out, and you're so glad when you have done it, you feel heaps better about yourself. And the days you don't come, you sit at home thinking, watching the clock thinking, I should have went in there. I should have went in there. So
I should be there.
I should be there.
And even right down to like my wife Connie, she'll say if I've missed a few sessions or whatever and starting to mope around and get grumpy or whatever, she'll say you need to go in this week and just get a bit of shit out and spend a bit of time away. Like she'll pick up on it and say, you know, it's time to go back. So I think for her to be able to pick up on that says a lot.
Yeah.
And pick up on the benefits of it too.
Benefits,
to go when you're there, when you're going, you're so much better here around the house for Cooper, for everything else.
Yeah.
And you can pick it, and I know Amy picks the same thing. We pick it in each other. You know, as much as, like you say, exercise and fitness is this complex thing where you go, it takes energy to do it, but you actually end up with more energy afterwards.
Yeah, you do.
And the fitter you get, the more energy you've got for the people around you.
Yeah.
And it's just, that catch-22. The hardest part often is just getting here. And do you reckon the fact that you're not just coming to work out by yourself helps as well? Like, I know I've got a gym at home, and sometimes you just walk up there, and I know I can't look around and go, oh yeah, this, and this, but sometimes you just walk up there and I'm looking around going, where do I start? What am I going to do for the next hour?
Yeah.
But most of the stuff here is classes. Is that the go?
I think one of the biggest things here is having the trainers there pushing you all the time. Like Brad said, you don't love it a lot of the time when it's happening, but when you walk in the door, there's no, I guess, I'll do 20 minutes and go home, or you know, I might just take it easy, or which I guess you can still take it easy, but there's someone there pushing you and telling you can do it, and making sure that as a group everyone gets to the end of the lesson and has all put in a big effort. I think that's the difference between coming to somewhere like this and training on your own, I guess.
Yeah. I definitely couldn't train by myself. I wouldn't have the motivation to do it, to be honest with you. So, but when you come in here and you've got your mates, you've got people telling you can do it, you do get it done, which is a big thing. Like I said, I've learned a lot from coming here, and it's really helped me through my life. So,
yeah, nice, mate. Yeah. And I love the setup. Yeah. I absolutely love the setup. I've come across nothing like it out there in my travels, and I'd love you to run us through sort of how it all works, from memberships to classes to the volunteers that are training and running the classes and things like that, and how you've set it up, because it's not just a blokes boxing gym, it's for the whole community, like it is in the name. Run us through sort of how the whole setup works, because I, as I said, absolutely love it, and I've already said to Amy, I would love something like this down home, and I reckon it is so good, not just from a fitness point of view, but I think the impact it's had on so many people's mental health, where over the last 48 hours in here talking to people, and they just absolutely love what this joint has done for them.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that it is all volunteer run. All the money we do make through memberships, etc., all go back into the place. Like, we're not a wealthy gym by any means. Like, we pay our bills through the year, and that's pretty much, we try to keep costs as low as we can. We're $50 a child for 12 months and $100 an adult. Like, I think it's one of probably the cheapest gyms in Australia at the moment.
That just blows my mind. $50 for a kid for a whole year, and then $100 for an adult, and then what is it?
A gold coin whenever you come in. So I guess we try to keep it as affordable as we can. So if you don't have the money, or a kid who might not have the family at home to support him, he can still come up here and jump in and get something out of it. I think that's the big thing out of it, is trying to keep it as affordable as we can, as welcoming as we can, and just an all-round place that everyone is welcome.
Yeah.
You don't have to be into boxing to come here. You don't have to. I guess you probably don't even have to train. You can just come up and have a yarn if you want.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Being here for the community, and whether it's a mental edge that you can get out of it, or just a physical, or just somewhere that you know you can go and have a yarn and
feel comfortable.
Well, that's what it's here for.
Yeah, feel comfortable, feel safe. It's
Feel
the
safe.
escape. It's that second home for some of the young kids. And
Yeah, it is. They get a lot of kids to the kids classes here, which is unreal.
And Shannon and
Help them.
Mark and Cherie and all the trainers who do the kids, like, they're unbelievable. They can have 30 kids here some days running around with boxing gloves. I don't know how they do it, but
it'd just be chaos.
But they get it done.
But they do it, and the kids love it. And just talking to some of the parents here over the weekend, like, differences they've seen in their own children just from coming up here is, you hear it regularly over the weekend that there's huge differences, and it's making a big impact. So I think that says a lot for the place itself, and even right through to the adult classes. There's fellas here that have come and they've lost a lot of weight, or they've come in with mental struggles, and they've kept coming, and they've met mates, they've lost weight, they've done all the things, and it's helping people out. So that's what it comes down to, I think.
And it's a mint setup. Like, when you told me, come up, we've got this bloody community fitness club, and the way Brad was telling me about it on the phone, and what I'm picturing, it's like this old scout hall. I'm thinking I'm coming in for the old dusty timber floors and the old boot scoot and dust everywhere, bird's nest, possums running around, and there might be a boxing ring in the middle and a bag hanging in the corner. But it's a mint setup, and like you say, you can picture 30 kids running around here and having an absolute ball.
They love it, the kids,
The kids, they get so many numbers to the classes, it's ridiculous. And even the adult classes, like Mark Harper and Mark Cummins, the two trainers of the adult classes, and Roxy, Brad's wife, they're just growing by the year, and it's making an impact, I think,
Bloody
Just
oath it
even
is.
people over the weekend that took membership forms home just from the event we had, that said they'll be coming Tuesday, so I'm expecting Tuesday probably be a few people in here, I reckon.
I reckon
But that's what it's all about.
I reckon there will
The more
be.
the better,
Now,
So-
tell me about the day that Mark Cummins, and my goal is to one day have him sitting where you are. If I come back next year or the year after for the
That'll be a
24-hour
long
event,
episode, he's got some stories.
he's got a yarn or two, and he's a character. He's got apparently hair everywhere, big beard, and just absolutely lives and breathes this joint.
He
I
does.
want you to take me back to the moment that you were, whether it was, I don't know where you were, when he said, "Hey, I've got an idea."
Yeah, just right from the start, hasn't he? He's always talked about doing 24-hour boxing. But he's always, it has to be for someone. He never wanted it for ourselves or anything. It always had to be to raise money for other people.
Yep.
So he's talked about it for a long time, and then when I finally met you, Ben, and we started talking a bit, and you were saying what you do, and it just clicked in me, and I thought, well, if we're ever going to do this 24-hour boxing event, I reckon
Let's
this is the
combine
time
the
to
two.
do it. I thought it was a great opportunity while you were here to do it, and we put it out there, we put it to the committee, and everyone jumped on board, and here we are. But Mark's always wanted to do it. He did say 48 hours originally, but we talked him back
I
to
think
24.
I think Mark was glad that he
And I think
got
at
talked
the end
back.
of it, I think he's glad that he did go 24, not 48. But credit to him, if we went 48, he would have been here and he would have done it. So,
And mate, when you first told me about it, you rang me up, you told me 24 hours, this is what we're thinking, and we'll put it out to the community. We might get a jumping castle, and hopefully we get a couple of people down, but we'll kick off at 3 o'clock on a Friday. We'll go through to 3 o'clock on the Saturday, and there'll probably be a couple of people that rock up for a barbie, a couple of people come down from jumping castle, and in between there's probably just going to be the people from the gym just rotating through one at a time on the bag. And it's safe to say it was nothing like that, was it?
No, it was a lot better, a lot more people than what we expected to be here. It was just unbelievable, the crowd we had in here from the community that supported the event. Like we said, we had 150 people, I reckon, all up, jumping on and punching this bag
I would say for over 20 hours, there was more than
We were expecting
multiples on the bag at one time,
Yeah.
which we were expecting one at a time.
One at a time.
There was times here that there was 6 or 7 people punching the one bag. So
Yeah.
This bag's copped a
it
full
has absolutely
Like I
copped
said,
it, but that's what it's here
we were
for.
expecting to do a lot of the time ourselves as a committee. We were thinking like, we were actually training thinking we're going to have to do an hour stint on this ourselves. So we were preparing ourselves for that you do an hour, then you do an hour, and then they'll do an hour, and that'll get 3 hours in. But once it started, like within an hour of us kicking off, there was just people here everywhere, and the whole time we nearly went 10-minute shifts on the bag, and there was people lined up waiting to get in to the bag, which was awesome. We never
And from
we never
all
really had
ages,
to-
I don't know what the oldest would have been, but we had
Oh.
people from 3 or 4 years old right through to, I would say, 60
Yeah,
plus.
70,
So
yeah.
Well, your mum and dad were
Yeah,
both on the
yeah,
bag,
they
and
jumped in,
they're
yeah.
So-
how old's your old man?
66.
yeah,
Yeah, so that'd be
Yeah.
getting up there. They're
Yeah,
probably
but
even
everyone
pushing
likes
70.
it. And it was amazing for us to see the amount of kids come in here and want to have a go. Like, no one really pushed them into having a go, but as soon as they seen it, they just wanted to jump in and do it.
It was so good.
And like I
Like,
said, to see the 3 or 4 year old kids up here punching the bag just to help us out,
yeah,
it was just amazing. Like it just really blew us away how it all unfolded. And I said, we done probably not as much boxing as I expected, nowhere near
I
it.
think I would have been lucky to do an hour
All up.
all up. So
Yeah, just because there was that many people here lining up, waiting to jump in and have a go. So we were just filling in whenever.
even
we
a lot
could,
of the
but-
times at the end when I did jump on, there was 3 or 4 people on it
Yeah,
with me.
yeah.
So I think that goes to show what this place has done, and to show that you're not alone here. There's always going to be someone in here with you, or
Yeah,
to have 4 people punching the bag at one time for that sort of event,
and having a good time.
and a big range. Like you had people in here that we hadn't even met before. The bloke next to us punching, or the woman across, or the kid, we had no idea who half of them were, but they were all in here for
the beauty of it,
the
wasn't it?
same goal
Yeah.
of doing it for mental health.
And the one fella that just sent us a random message that night at 9 o'clock saying, "Are you still punching? Do you need a hand?"
yeah, and he saw the post on the
On
OnlyFlogs.
Only Flogs, yeah. And I just messaged him back, so if you want to come, more than welcome. And within half an hour, he was here, and he pretty much stayed right till the end.
Yep.
Did not
He
leave.
not stop. He was here
Shout
to
out
the
to
end,
Jamie.
and yeah. But yeah, we had some great crews. Shout out to the Gulgong Terriers for filling in midnight till 6 a.m.
That was fun.
That was a
mint.
big shift, I'd say.
And we were nervous.
And had a
Well,
good time doing it.
you might have been confident. I was nervous when you said, "Hey, the local footy team,
Yeah.
they're rolling up from 12 a.m. till 6 a.m."
Yeah.
And then we got the whispers from around town that they were already at the pub at 6. Some of them hadn't even been home since training the night before. We're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I think we could be in for a long haul here tonight, boys."
They did look a bit sore and sorry at 6 in the morning, but I don't think it was from the boxing.
To their
Personally, but
credit, they done it.
They
and
got in and done it, and yeah,
Bloody oath they did.
that
I
was
reckon it was
awesome.
done.
That
And
was a big help to us.
And even then, it wasn't one at a time. They were 2 at a time
2, yeah.
the entire night.
Yeah.
And
They
it
were
was,
great up
it
here.
was
They
great.
showed a lot of respect to the place too while they're here. They were tidied up before they left and everything. So it was really good to see them. And to see we had 2 fellas from Mudgee rocking up at 5:30 in the morning just because they heard it was on and decided to come out in the morning. So for them to drive half an hour to be here at 5:30 just to help us out, like that's the sort of stuff that just blew me away. That that's a great effort
Bloody
to
oath.
do that. And the one mate said his other mate messaged him at midnight and said, "I'm going to pick you up in the morning. We're going out to punch this bag." And he just said, "Oh, guess I'm coming, righto."
Guess I don't have a
And
choice.
they were, yeah.
I
So-
guess one thing that blew me away from the event was there was people come up on Friday night or Friday afternoon with the intent of, look, we'll go up, we'll buy a sausage sandwich, we'll show our support, and that'll be it. And some of them were here at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, had no intention of jumping in and punching the bag, but they did it. They had dinner, they went home. A lot of them come back that night at 9, 10 o'clock, done the same thing again, punched the bag for another 15, 20 minutes, and then back again the next day to do the same.
Yeah.
When the initial thought from them was, we'll just go up and buy a sausage sandwich.
And cheer from the side, say good on you and say see you later.
Yeah.
I've done my
and
bit.
now
I've done my
they've
bit.
probably spent 3 or 4 hours in the place and
Yeah.
cheered everyone else on and
Right to the end.
proved to themselves that they can do it as well. So I think that's what blew me away from the event is
Just the support from the local community.
And at a guess, I would say over half our participants were probably women as well.
Yeah, a lot of women.
And children. So for a boxing gym to have that sort of, I guess, break up of punches for the 24 hours that says a lot too.
Yeah, it's not your stereotypical male-dominated
No.
boxes, tops off, sweat pouring out. It was just community-minded, and I reckon as much as there was a shitload happening in here in the ring, I would say, like, between all of us, we probably got 2 or 3 hours sleep in the 24 hours. We rolled the swag out and we tried to sleep to the beat of...
For you.
Yeah,
that was good of you, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was nice of me.
Brad rolled his swag out on an ant's nest, but...
Which we found out the next morning.
Yeah, I found out a little bit during the night, a little bit the next morning,
Yeah.
but I think the funny part was we were trying to sleep to just the continuous beat of Eye of the Tiger in the background. I think that was the only thing getting the footy guys through from bloody 1 a.m. till 3.
Of that song at the moment, but yeah.
And just before we go too far, I'd like to thank Michelle Bromley too, Olympic table tennis player. She was up here Friday night giving anyone and everyone the chance to take her on in table tennis.
Yeah.
It was unreal. Yeah.
No, she done an awesome job.
And
Everyone had a great time playing.
I knew I had fucking no chance because I was so keen. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna take her on. I used to play table tennis in the garage with the old man. I reckon this is going to be my time. And then Michelle's husband, through the business he works for, they put up $1,000 for anyone who could beat her. I'm thinking, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Probably not the 1,000, but I'll give it a crack.
Yeah.
And Brad and I had some practice in the morning, and
You're good at the serve.
I got the serve, and
Couldn't return though.
if it came back, I was like, "No, I'm done. I'm out. I'll stick to the ring." But
No, it was great from the whole committee. Everyone's pitched in, done what they had to do, and got it done. And it's just awesome to see everything that happened. That's the great comments we've had right through the event, right to the end, of people saying what a great event it was. There's actually people who were already trying to plan next year's already, and we've just got to go. Let's just finish this one off first.
yeah,
Give us a day's
bit,
sleep.
and then we might think about it again next year. But they were already planning next year what we can do better and how we can get more people here and raise more money, and it was just great to see. Really, great community.
Mate.
And I think just one thing you touched on last night, Ben, at the dinner was about mental health in rural areas, and I guess how many people are losing the battle each year. Places like this, if they save one person or help one person come out the other side, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
In country areas, it is hard for people to get help a lot of the time. It's hard to get into a GP or a counsellor or all those things. And if coming up here boosts one person, well, I think we count that as a win.
Yeah,
and I think over the weekend we've definitely done that. So,
well, as you said, Ben, you've probably chatted to a lot of people over the weekend that have really had a good chat to you about all different stuff, and that's why we wanted you here as part of it, so you can do that and help people that might just want someone different to chat to. And I know you've met a lot of people. You've met a few local legends.
Yeah, met a few local people, a few local legends, and
Hope you've had a good time,
a few random characters as well. But I think, like you said, though, I think outside of the ring, like we were saying before,
there was as much happening.
There was just as much happening and just as much value. I think people were getting just as much out of those one-on-one conversations and having a yarn with someone that either never met before or have been meaning to catch up with, bumped into here. And because we even advertise it as Gloves Up for Mental Health, not that there was anything super mental healthy about what we were talking about, or it's not like we were handing out resources about mental health support services or anything like that, but the fact that getting in exercise, fitness, boxing is so good for your mental health, all of a sudden you've got these people rocking in and opening up, and there's people going, I've been meaning to come here for 18 months but I haven't been able to bring myself to walk through the doors, and I thought, well, this is as good as an excuse as any, or good a reason as any, and now they've walked in once, they're like, right, I've got to come back. And I think it was those conversations that I think were just as valuable as what we achieved. I think it's all part of the achievement, which was cool. And one of probably my favourite ones was there was a young little kid, 10-year-old bloke who came in with his old man, and he was as shy as anything. He's hanging in the corner, he's hiding behind Dad's legs, didn't even want to say hello to me. And I said, mate, are you gonna have a go in the ring? I'll come in with you. Do you want Dad to go with you? No. And they left. Apparently went home, and then little kid just peppered Dad, can we go back? I actually want to have a go. Then they came back. Then he got the gloves on. Then we did some practice on one of the other bags out the back. And then all of a sudden he's in the ring, he's back the next day, had an absolute ball.
Yep.
And now all of a sudden he's going to be at one of the kids' classes.
Yeah. So,
Like there was literal transformation in kids in 24 hours in their confidence.
yeah, no, it was
Because it was
awesome to see the
intimidating
kids
in here in the ring when you're watching all these big blokes in here all absolutely laying into the bag. I can only imagine as a 10-year-old kid standing there and going, I can't do that.
Yeah, and it was great to see, like, even the adults, they're in here punching the bag, doing their shift, and if there's a kid there waiting to come in, everyone was so welcoming. Jump in, get on the bottom here and have a go, or we'll pull up while you do your bit. And it was just really run really well. Everybody chipped in, and yeah, just got it done. Shout out to Aiden. He spent so much time in here.
Yeah, he was a machine.
He's a machine. Every time I'd walk in these doors, he'd be standing here with the gloves on, just waiting in case somebody needed a spell or needed somebody to jump in. And
Yeah.
he was here for the whole 24 hours, and he just done everything he could. And same to Amelia. She kept everything running just perfectly, made sure everyone signed in, done what they had to do, kept all the gloves clean on the edge of the ring, and made sure everyone had a set of gloves who was in next. And
she wouldn't have even slept unless Mark told her that she had to.
Yeah, she didn't want to. She said she wasn't going to, but yeah.
And so
she got a few hours sleep in.
So everyone knows, Amelia's a 15-year-old kid.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just hooked in and had a crack.
Yep.
And what was I going to say? Oh, that's right, Aiden. Getting back to Aiden.
Yep.
Absolute legend, 24-year-old, but I've got a bone to pick with him. And I said this to him, this happened with a couple of people, because I'm meeting so many people and going, right, trying to get to know them, trying to have a yarn. I'm going, so where you from and how'd you get involved? And he was telling me his whole backstory, and that he'd been in Darwin, he'd come back home, and he was doing his apprenticeship as a boilermaker. And then a few hours later, like we're getting towards midnight, getting a bit delusional, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, g'day mate, how you going? He goes, yeah, good mate, how are you? I said, oh yeah, whereabouts you from? He goes, oh yeah, I'm local to town. I said, oh yeah, sort of what's the story, getting to know him. He goes, oh yeah, I was up in Darwin for 4 years, I've come back. I said, mate, you've already told me this. I said, I can't see you just tell me that we've already had this conversation, call me a dickhead and we'll move on.
He's a good fella, Aiden.
Yeah.
But yeah, he done an awesome job. He was in here constantly right through.
Yeah.
And I know he just wanted to prove to himself that he could do it, and he did.
He's done it, yeah.
He's done it, so I'm pretty sure he's pretty proud of himself too for what he done.
What do you reckon your highlight was?
Oh,
There was lots.
there was lots.
Lots of
but
highlights, yeah.
To me, it was just watching the kids just have a great time, and just watching every time you come in, there's just people in here just having a great time. No one really was standing punching the bag thinking, this is shit, we don't want to do this. Everyone was just having a good time.
Yeah.
And that final countdown when we're all in the ring,
Yeah.
punching away, and that final countdown and it was over was just awesome. Yeah, great feeling.
It was unbelievable. What about you, Nat?
Yeah,
Highlight?
no, I'd much the same as Brad. Just, I think seeing the involvement from the community and people who had never even, some people probably wouldn't have even known where the place was and lived here all their life. So I just think just the turnout and the support and everything was just, yeah, it blew me away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unbelievable. And yeah, like I said, I can't speak highly enough about it. What about funniest moment? Because there was a couple of funny ones in there too.
I'd have to be the patch.
I didn't know if you were going to say it or if I was going to say it, but I didn't realise that I was coming to Gulgong to get healed. And I met him on the Friday morning. Brad and I came in, and there was a couple of other guys in here, and we did a 7 News interview. And I get introduced to this bloke who goes, you look like you need an egg and bacon croissant. And I said, do I now? He goes, yep, and it's got avocado. And I said, awesome, mate, I appreciate that. So I had that, and he's coming straight back at me going, it was good, wasn't it? I said, yeah, well, it was good, mate. He goes, yep, best food in town here in Australia. I was like, Oh, big call, but all right, let's roll with it. And then this bloke, I don't know, he's local to your town, so you can probably explain him better than I can, but an absolute character. You described him to me as a naturalist, but there was one point in time that before he'd even gotten in the ring, he was explaining to me about auras and energies and mind's eye and seeing clearly, and it'll look like spaghetti.
This was late in the night though too.
Yeah. It was getting late in the night, and a lot of things were looking like spaghetti.
He's a good fella. Yeah, just
It was good fun.
bit of a naturalist, and yeah, he stuck around though. He done a fair bit in here, so credit to him as well, sticking around.
He worked that hard in here at one stage. I reckon he worked that hard. He had to go out and have a spew. He was the only bloke who got in here without gloves on. He was just bare knuckling it at one point. He was laying into it.
Not much style, but he got there.
He was kickboxing it. He was having a big old crack old patch, but it was great.
Nah, there was a lot of good moments, eh? Like
Yeah.
Can't remember a lot of them. I'm still pretty tired from it all.
Still a bit delusional ourselves.
Too, so yeah.
And the charity we raised some money for.
Yeah.
Together we give. Yep. So that's a local charity. Susie and team put together, and with the full plan of giving back to people when they need it. Instead of trying to raise money when these things come up at the drop of a hat, they decided to let's raise money all the time for it. And then as soon as these things happen, we've got it there to give out straight away. And I think that's a massive thing too.
Not necessarily just, like you said, if there's a family that is doing a really hard time where their kid's sick or something like that, or had an accident.
You're not waiting for that.
You're not waiting for that money, but also with Susie, theirs is about giving to families that people might know are struggling, but deep down they are, and she can give them money to help, and without anybody knowing or anything like that. It's just trying to help everybody at any time in their life that need it, and anybody that needs it, she's more than happy to donate.
People are very proud and might not want to always accept the money or have the big dinner down the street or a big event like this to raise money just solely for them, but you know, a $500 to chip into the electricity might be all they need.
Might make a huge difference.
Yeah. So I think that's a massive thing that her and the team do as well.
Yeah, which is why we jumped on board, so we can help a lot of different people with the one charity instead of just helping one family.
Yep.
So yeah, and Susie's been awesome too. She spent the whole time here as well, pretty much.
Oh mate, she's a crack up.
Yeah,
her and the team.
Yeah, she really
much the
enjoyed
same as this place. They're all non-for-profit. No one takes anything out of it. They're all in their own time, all volunteers, and that just small communities pulling together, and we can all get through it if everyone chips in. So
yeah, I love it. Love the community spirit, and yeah, they were absolutely great. So yeah, absolutely jump on, check out their work. Together We Give, and boys, you've talked a lot about the impact that it's had on other people's mental health.
Yeah.
We'll go one at a time. What's it done for you guys, being a part of this?
Yeah, it's
Brad,
definitely improved mine, without a doubt. From when we started, probably didn't know I had some issues when we started. Like I said, everybody's got a story. Everyone's got their own sort of issues or their shit they're trying to sort out. So just by randomly coming up from that, saying let's go in and support this. Yep, let's do it. Now I look back and think, where would I be without this place? Because just the impact it has had on helping me clear my head and all that sort of stuff, and just the extra fitness, to be honest with you too, like a lot fitter than I used to be. I probably was fit as a young kid, probably let myself go a bit, as most people do, but just that regular fitness is just awesome, and I think it's really improved my mental health. I think it's improved my family life too by, like I said, not being as cranky at home. I still get cranky, obviously. Beth and Roxy will probably tell you that as well. But just an outlet. It's just an outlet that you can come in. We've had a shit day. You talk to all your mates. Everyone gets along. We all shake hands when we come in. How you going? Shake hands on the way out. You see them down the street. Everyone's always really friendly with each other. And just being able to come in and let off that steam or let off that energy. It's just awesome and really helped me, I believe, through what I've gone through in my life. So, yeah, I credit to it, and I'll keep coming here as long as it's open.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't see it shutting anytime soon, especially
No.
with the amount of new members you
No,
can have rocking
no.
up on Tuesday
We'll make
after
sure
the
it stays
weekend.
open. Yeah.
What about you, Nat?
Yeah, very, very much similar to Brad. I'll openly say it. I've had huge struggles with mental health, probably from my teenage years right through, and probably I think it would have been 2020. I hit probably an all-time low. Didn't think I was going to come out the other side. Everything was on top. I was at rock bottom. As you said last night, I let the bottle fill up and didn't empty it. I guess from the outside looking in, it probably seemed like, what would I have to be upset about, or I shouldn't be like this, I shouldn't be feeling this way. And I guess that's something that everyone struggles with. But yeah, I was at rock bottom, and I've managed to line in the sand one day that actually Brad and Dad wouldn't even know this, but I was sitting up on top of the hill at home and thinking, this is it, like this isn't going to get any better. I've been like this for a couple of months, nothing's working. And just they happened to drive over the hill at the time and said, oh, just checking on you, mate. And it sort of sparked something in me at the time, and thought, well, they've come to check on me, and like, maybe I've got more here more to live for, and more to have to push through this. And not long after, this place opened up, and you know, when you're starting to climb back out and places like this come along, and you meet so many great mates and have somewhere to go of an afternoon, and like Brad said, belt the bag and do whatever and have a beer afterwards, and people start to pick up after a while, like when they can see you've moped in here and go, oh, he doesn't look like himself today. Having that support and just somewhere to go, I think, was the biggest thing for me, and somewhere that I guess, touching back on the sport, I probably never felt like I fit in anywhere to a degree, and just having this here, I felt like I fit in finally into a sporting group and had somewhere to go, and yeah, it's brought me out the other side, and yeah, so I can't do enough for this place to repay that. So
No, that's I can hear it when you're saying it, and like you said, Brad and the old man wouldn't even know about that day on the hill, and it's amazing how something so little of just checking in on someone, and you don't even know the impact that can have. Like, was there something when you say you were getting towards sort of rock bottom? Was there a moment, or was it just a whole heap of shit that had built up?
It was probably a couple of month period. I think it had snowballed, and yeah, I was at rock bottom. I couldn't get any lower, basically.
And you said you'd been trying different things, or?
Yeah, I'd been to the doctors, tried the medication, tried everything, and I guess the biggest thing looking back was I had to find it in myself to get out. It wasn't anyone else could do. I remember Connie, my wife, saying at the time, like, just talk to me, tell me what's going on. But it was something that I had to come out of the other side myself. I had to find that will to push through. And I think, yeah, places like this make that happen.
Yeah, and it sounds like when you're on top of that hill, you were pretty done.
Yeah, I was done, yeah.
Well, mate, I'm fucking glad that this joint's here. I'm glad you're here. I reckon there's plenty of people from your family, your brother, and everyone here that's glad that this joint exists, not just for people like you, but for everyone that comes through these doors. I think we bloody felt the impact that this joint has had, and we've just heard it now, so I appreciate your sharing, mate, and being so.
And I will just say to anyone listening, if you are going through that, don't be afraid to come into places like this, or if find something in your community to get involved in, because it can be the difference. So.
Yeah, and I think, like you say, it can look so scary from outside the doors, looking at a joint like this.
Absolutely.
And we saw that and heard that and felt that from people that walked in and that were like, I've always wanted to come, but I didn't know how, or I didn't think it was for me. And then as soon as you walk in that door, and it is nowhere near as scary as it looks from the outside. But you've got to take that first step in, like you said.
The hardest part's getting in here.
It might not be a
100%.
boxing gym or a gym of any sort for you. It might be the local fire brigade or something. But just find that thing, find that something that you can, away from work, away from home, to reset, and
100%. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach, and like I always say that with the mental health side of things, it's find what works for you. For someone, it might be doing art. For someone else, the doctor, the mental health plan, the psychologist, the medication is the best thing for them. And for you, it was here.
Yeah.
And for someone else, it'd be the fire brigade. Someone else, it's the local footy.
Yeah.
Golf, fishing, whatever it is, you just got to find that thing.
Yeah.
So that you don't just keep grinding and grinding and grinding.
And find that 10% each day to get ahead. You don't have to change overnight. It definitely wasn't that way for me. But every day, if you just get that little bit better, just find that one thing, that one reason to go to work or whatever, it does, you do come out the other side. So,
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I suppose touching on that, it's been a different episode of Flying Blind from a guest episode point of view, because we are on the road. We've just come off not just a massive couple of days, but I flew into... When I
Tuesday.
Even getting here was a fucking ordeal, wasn't it? Oh my
It was.
God.
You done well. I didn't expect you here as early as you were.
Either
When you
did I.
messaged and said I'm still on the plane from Melbourne, I'm going, well, I'm pretty sure you should be on the plane to Dubbo. But
I was spun that yard a couple of
I
times,
actually
but
said
I might
to
as well
Beth, I
spit
said,
it
we
out.
might have to go and find something else to do here for a few hours.
Yeah. Every gig I've done up here, I've started the community events with. Now, I'm bloody glad to be here because, rocket up on the what was it? Tuesday. Tuesday morning, get to Melbourne Airport, roll in with the cane. I'm all checked in. All I need to do is check in the bag because I was bringing up boxing gloves and this, that. And normally I'm just a carry-on operator, but had the check-in bag for the longer trip, and the lady goes, "Oh no, I won't print you the bag tag here. Come and stand in this special line." So I go over to the special line, and then I thought I had plenty of time, 20 minutes till check-in close, and I'm in this line full of 2 other people with disability, and it was like it was the first time they'd ever flown. And good on them, great. They need all the support they can get, but I'm looking at my metaphorical watch that I can't see, going, fuck, the time's just ticking away, and I'm looking at the Siri saying, time tick, 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 and I'm thinking, well, at least I'm checked in. Maybe if I get there, all will be sweet, get to the front of the line, and hand over the boarding pass. She goes, check-in for your flight closed 2 minutes ago. All right, what are we going to do now? And she goes, well, you missed it. I said, well, I didn't miss it. I've been standing in this line for 20 minutes. And she goes, I'll put you on the 12 o'clock flight from Melbourne to Sydney. I said, well, my flight from Sydney to Dubbo is at 11:30. She goes, that's all right. We'll put you on the 4 o'clock flight from Sydney to Dubbo. And then, anyway, she ends up saying, actually, we can put you on the 10 o'clock flight, which gave me 10 minutes to get from one plane to the other in Sydney. Got on the plane, and the flight attendants, even they were nervous. They were like, I don't think we're going to be able to get this done. The one silver lining was to get me closer to the front of the plane. They actually moved me to business class and gave me a window seat with a view, which was wasted on me. But
That was a nice thought, though.
it was a lovely thought. I never fly business class, so I'm up the front thinking maybe they'll still just give me the shitty banana bread, and all these other people that have paid for business, they'll get their 3-course meal. But no, I got well looked after up there. Yeah. It was very fancy, and then got off the plane and got taken to the other gate in Sydney, gate 16. So we flew through there. One of the ladies at Sydney guided me through, and then I get to the check-in desk there. I said, I've just made it. I'm going to Dubbo, but do you reckon the check-in bag's going to make it? And the lady's like, don't worry about that. The check-in bag would have got to this plane quicker than you could have walked here. I said, okay, I'll believe it when I feel it. So Brad and his daughter Beth meet me at the airport in Dubbo, and I said to Beth, she was all excited and she had all these questions. I said, well, I've got a question for you, Beth. You've got to help me find my suitcase. And she's looking. I said, it's black and it's got a pink tag on it, apparently. Apparently the airline put a pink tag on it. And she goes to pull off this bag that comes out, black, pink tag. And Brad's watching it going, looks like there's a lady standing behind that wants that bag.
Lady trying to say, that's my bag.
And you're like,
she didn't want to give it to us. She was sort of looking, going, I don't believe you.
Yeah, that's it. I've got the brief, black bag, pink tag. That's got to be Beth's.
That's it. That's the one.
And turns out bag didn't come, but that got delivered a few hours later, and it was safe to say glad to be here. And what a week it's been.
It has been.
It's been a huge week from a blokes night, Mudgee School, Dunny Do community event into the big event itself, the 24-hour boxing relay. And boys, before I finish off with a few sort of quick fire questions, as I said, it's been a different episode because of that, and probably going to sound a bit different for people out there listening. We're doing it with the travel version of the podcast, the on the road version, the portable version. But boys, I just wanted to say thanks so much for sort of getting me involved, and it's been an awesome week. And before we finish up, I've got a few quick fire questions that I finish all the guest episodes with, and we'll go through, answer them from both of you, as in one each. And first thing is, what's one thing you do for you?
That's a good question. Well, I probably don't do as much as I probably should for myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I like to make sure everyone else is right before myself, which, like I said, I probably shouldn't. Probably should spend more time doing my own thing. But yeah, I still enjoy sport, going watching sport, either it's on TV or live, playing a bit of golf here and there, and just hanging out with mates. Like I love hanging out with Nat. Like he's my brother, but we enjoy what we do together, and I enjoy the farming. It is a job, but also enjoy ducking down the farm to check on some sheep or move sheep or something. And just the whole, because it's a family-based business too, I really enjoy that. So that's what I do for myself, is pretty much helping everyone else get through theirs, and just spending time with family really, and everything else. But yeah, probably should do more little things for myself, which we'll work on. When I've learned a lot off you, Ben, over the last few days on different things we can do. So yeah, we'll work on that.
Bloody oath, always a work in progress. Nat, what about you? One thing you do for you, mate?
Yeah, basically the same. The family, just hanging out with family when I get the chance to do that's a big thing, and a few close mates that, just that simple, sitting around a fire and having a beer, or cooking a barbie and having a beer. I think that's a big thing for me. That's as relaxing as it gets for me. So yeah, and just time at the farm. There's days there where I just love being out there. It's home. That's where everything is. So just them couple of hours out there of doing whatever. You might not do anything, but just spending time there. That's the happy place. So.
Love that, and always helpful when you know where that happy place is, and if you can get there regularly, even better. One thing you do that doesn't help.
Probably having too many beers when you had a bad day, or that's probably for me. You had a big day at work, or a bad day, or a shit week, and
calling in for a long
calling in for a beer, or buying a 6-pack on the way home, or that's probably not the best thing, but
you, Brad?
Yeah, I'd say the same. Yeah, it's just little things like you said. You shouldn't drink some days, but you do, just because you think it's going to help you, but by the time you go to bed and wake up, you realise it hasn't helped you.
It's actually made things worse.
Yeah, basically just the same sort of stuff. Just need to spend more time with family and
probably not
enjoy it
putting
more.
Health first, and sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes put work before other things, which you shouldn't do either. Let work get on top of you a bit, and then you get home and you're stressed out and cranky. But yeah, you've just got to learn to relax a bit more, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, one person who sees the real you.
I'd have to say Roxy.
Yeah.
She definitely tells me when she knows that something's happening. I probably don't open up as much to her as I probably should. There's probably more times I should really let it out.
Yeah.
But like you said, you just say, yep, I'm right, she's all good. But you've got to learn to talk more and really let them know what is actually happening. And but she does see the real me, knows what's happening, knows when I just need that bit of space or something like that. So she's very good and really helped me out through my life.
Love that.
There's multiple people for me. The fella sitting next to me here, he's a massive one. My wife, Connie, and mum and dad definitely.
Yeah.
And a couple of close mates. Shout out Jake and Bo, they support me heaps. So, yeah.
Awesome, mate.
It's a team effort, really.
Yeah, like I said, we're very lucky as a family. We all get along, always there for each other, and yeah, help each other with whatever we can. So
Yeah, for sure.
we are very lucky.
Spending so much time together, we pick up on things probably earlier than most people would. So that's a big thing, I think.
Yeah, and the fact that you can have the relationship to just check in and go.
Well, yeah, something as simple. If we've had a shit day, on my way home I drive past mum and dad's at the farm, so you just call in and say g'day.
Yeah,
Just simple stuff like that. Like quite often I'll get to have a long neck on the way through town and call in there for 20 minutes, have a long neck with him.
knowing your old man, he'd appreciate that.
Oh, he does, yeah. Yeah, he's quite happy most of the time. So yeah, but he that's good for him too, I feel. It's just that somebody there to talk to him, help him out, let him know what he's got to do or what we should be doing, and we rattle ideas off with each other. So yeah, I said we're very lucky in that manner.
Awesome. One thing you're proud of?
Well, this was only a fresh one, which you know about, Ben, but when my daughter come home the other day from school with the Aussie of the Week award, that just blew me away, that, for what she done to get that award. So she got this award for helping a friend out at school who was sitting by herself and was obviously not having a very good day. And Beth took it upon herself to go over and sit down and have lunch with her and made sure she felt happy, talked to her, took her over and included her in other games, and that sort of stuff just really makes me proud of my daughter. She's got such a kind heart. She's not in money-wise. If you give her money, she always wants to spend it on someone else. She never wants to spend it on herself. She always says, oh, I'll buy somebody else something with that. And to me, I'm so proud of that because she's just an awesome kid, and yeah, I really love her to bits. So she makes me so proud most of the time.
Mate, I love that, and it made it tugged on my heartstrings, mate, when I sat there on the couch last night because
Tell us about her award.
She got the award on the Friday, and she had to wait 2 days, pretty much. The best part of 2 days because she wanted mum and dad home together to tell.
Yeah.
Mum just absolutely turned to tears and couldn't even read out the second half of the certificate. You had to take over because she was so proud of me.
Just little stuff like that just makes you proud, like of what such a little kid can achieve, and yeah.
And what's important
in
life, like we sat there afterwards, and Beth went off playing, and it was as if nothing had ever happened, but she was also so happy with herself that she'd been able to share it with you.
You could see it in her that she was so chuffed with herself.
She was pumped.
That she knew she'd done good. But you said they don't probably understand it fully. They do understand it, but to the aspect that we look at it is different. So but just little things like that just really blow you away. And
I sat there and said to her, I reckon mum and dad couldn't give a rat's ass if you got A pluses in all of your maths and English and spelling and everything else for the rest of the year. Doing that at school for a mate is so much more important.
That award will be the top of the pile, that one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going straight to the fridge.
Yeah.
And she goes, no, it's going in my awards book.
Yeah.
What about you, Nat? One thing you're proud of?
I'm proud of a few different things. Probably proud of myself for coming out the other side of tough times.
Fuck yeah.
Proud of this place for how it's developed and what it's doing for the community, and proud of the whole family really, and everyone for how we're building and moving closer to success, I guess, in all aspects.
Mate, I love that, and I reckon you're the first bloke that has answered that question with yourself.
Yeah.
And I reckon, like we talked about before, when we said one thing you should do more of is put yourself first, and we've grown up with this tall poppy syndrome in Australia where don't talk about your accolades, don't be proud of yourself, talk yourself down, and there's nothing wrong with being proud of yourself, especially when you've come through the shit, come out the other side. It's not sitting here going, fucking look how good I am, but it's about saying, I did get through that, and I can keep pushing on, I can keep pushing through, so mate, that's awesome. And the last one thing you're looking forward to?
Ooh, you go first on this one.
Ooh, I don't know, I was hoping you'd go first, give me a bit more time.
Looking forward to. I think just watching Beth grow up, I'm really looking forward to.
That was my one.
What, you want to watch Beth
No, watching Cooper grow up.
Well, it's the same thing. Just watching them grow up and achieve what they want to achieve in life. And like I said, it doesn't matter what they want to do with their life. We'll be proud of them either way. like Beth's always saying, she wants to be a farmer, a hairdresser, someone who does makeup.
And now a boxer.
Probably now a boxer and a table tennis player now as well. She enjoyed that. But say, just watching her grow up and achieve what she can achieve is just amazing. And even just the whole family, like what we've achieved on the farm and personally, it's just amazing to see. And yeah.
Yeah. For me, I guess close one is getting my house built and getting back to the farm where I belong, I guess. That's something that I'm really looking forward to, and
because you're living off the property at the moment.
I'm living off the farm at the
moment.
moment.
To build a house.
Yeah, so that's probably a short-term one. Long-term, I guess, is just like Brad said with Beth, watching Cooper, my 4-month-old at the moment, grow and develop and see where his life takes him, I guess, and see what the future holds for Connie and I. I think that's long term.
Having the farm there, if they do ever want it, take it on. It'd be good to see them take it on and watch them do that. But it's completely up to them, whatever they want to do. But we'll make sure that it's there if they want it. That's our goal.
How good, love that. And I suppose to wrap this whole thing up for today's episode, Flying Blind is all about everyone out there who is just winging it, and I reckon this joint right here that we're sitting in is the definition of that, because there's plenty of boxing gyms out there, but as we said, it is so far from your stereotypical boxing gym. And when it was first set up as an idea and doing it for the community, for people's mental health, give people that place to come, and even just that model, like you said, $50 for kids, 100 for adults, gold coin donation. It is so different to anything I've ever come across, and I just reckon it is fucking awesome. So yeah, from me to you, if I can continue to support each of you, this joint or anything else you guys get up to, reach out, let me know. And thanks so much for sitting down, having a yarn about not just you guys, your lives and opening up, but also what you've achieved in this joint. And it's been a pleasure to be a part of it.
No, thanks for coming. It's been awesome
Yeah,
having you
on
for
behalf
us.
of the community and the committee here, we'd like to thank you for coming, Ben, and just quickly, just a thanks to everyone who sponsored, bought a sausage sandwich, put money in the tin, got in, punched the bag. It's made it a great weekend, so I'd just like to thank everyone for that.
And everyone's enjoyed it, which is the main thing too.
Yeah.
I said everyone's enjoyed having you here. There's already people talking about when you're coming back, so
No, you won't get rid of me that easy.
we'll have to we'll definitely organise something and get you back again.
Well, I think there's probably something in the works. You boys are just in denial about it, because there's enough people talking about the fact that this isn't only going to happen once. This will be happening again next year, and
possibly,
who knows what it'll look like. But we'll be back bigger and better. And
we will. We know what we're doing now, so
100%.
we can get in and do it.
You won't be able to get rid of me, so I can't wait. And for anyone listening who wants to either support what these guys are doing, if you're in the area, come down, check it out. Gulgong Community and Fitness Centre is where you'll find it on socials. We'll put all the links below the episode. But guys, as I said, everyone out there listening, keep winging it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ben.